dare stand in awe of this, nor, seeing what I see, keep back my tears. Here is Antigone, passing to that chamber where all find sleep at last.
Look upon me, friends, and pity me, turning back at the night's edge to say goodbye to the sun that shines for me no longer. Now, sleepy death summons me down to Archeron, that cold shore. There is no bride song there, nor any music.
Yet not unpraised, not without a kind of honor, you walk at last into the underworld, untouched by sickness, broken by no sword. What woman has ever found your way to death?
How often I have heard the story of Niobe Tantalus, wretched daughter, how the stone clung fast about her ivy close, and they say the rain falls endlessly and sifting soft snow, her tears are never done. I feel the loneliness of her death in mine.
But she was born of heaven, and you are woman, woman born. If her death is yours, a mortal woman's, is this not for you, glory in our world and in the world beyond?
You laugh at me. Ah, friends, can you not wait until I am dead? O Thebes, O men many charioted in love with fortune, dear springs of Dirce, sacred Theban grove, be witness for me, denied all pity, unjustly judged, and think of a word of love for her whose path turns under dark earth, where there are no more tears.
You have passed beyond human daring and come at last into a place of stone where justice sits. I cannot tell what shape of your father's guilt appears in this.
You have touched it at last, that bridal bed, unspeakable horror of son and mother mingling, their crime, infection of all our family. O Oedipus, father and brother, your marriage strikes grave to murder mine. I have been a stranger here in my own land all my life. The blasphemy of my birth has followed me.
Reverence is a virtue, but strength lives in established law that must prevail. You have made your choice. Your death is the doing of your conscious hand.
Then let me go, since all your words are bitter, and the very light of the sun is cold to me. Leave me to my vigil, where I must have neither love nor lamentation, no song but silence.
If dirges and planned lamentations could put off death, men would be singing forever. Take her, go. You know your orders. Take her to the vault and leave her there alone. And if she lives or dies, that's her affair, not ours. Our hands are clean.
O tomb, vaulted bride bed and eternal rock, soon I shall be with my own again, where Persephone welcomes the thin ghosts underground, and I shall see my father again, and you, mother, and dearest Polynices, dearest indeed to me, since it was my hand that washed him clean and poured the ritual wine, and my reward is death before my time. And yet, men's hearts know I have done no wrong. I have not sinned before God, or if I have, I shall know the truth in death. If the guilt lies upon Creon who judged me, then I pray may his punishment be equal to my own.
O passionate heart, unyielding, tormented still by the same winds.
Her guards shall have good cause to regret their delaying.
Ah, that voice, it's like the voice of death.
I can give you no reason to think you are mistaken.
Thebes, and you, my father's gods and rulers of Thebes, you see me now, the last unhappy daughter in a line of kings. Your kings led away to death. You will remember what things I suffer and at what men's hands, because I would not transgress the laws of heaven. Come, let us wait no longer.
This is the way the blind man comes. Princes, lockstep, two heads lit by the eyes of one.
What new thing have you to tell us, old Tiresias?
I have much to tell you. Listen to the prophet, Creon.
I'm not aware that I've ever failed to listen.
Then you've done wisely, king, and ruled well.
I admit my debt to you, but what have you to say?
This, Creon, you stand once more on the edge of fate.
What do you mean? Your words are a kind of dread.
Listen, Creon. I was sitting in my chair of augury at the place where the birds gather about me. They were all a chatter, as is their habit, when suddenly I heard a strange note in their jangling, a scream, a whirring fury. I knew that they were fighting, tearing each other, dying in a whirlwind of wings clashing. And I was afraid. I began the rites of burnt offering at the altar, but Hephaestus failed me. Instead of bright flame, there was only the sputtering slime of the fat thigh flesh melting, the entrails dissolved in gray smoke, the bare bones burst from the welter, and no blaze. This was a sign from heaven. My boy described it, seeing for me as I see for others. I tell you, Creon, you yourself have brought this new calamity upon us. Our hearths and altars are stained with the corruption of dogs and carrion birds that glut themselves on the corpse of Oedipus's son. The gods are deaf when we pray to them. Their fire recoils from our offering. Their birds of omen have no cry of comfort. There they are gorged with the thick blood of the dead. Oh, my son, there are no trifles. Think, all men make mistakes, but a good man yields when he knows his course is wrong and repairs the evil. The only crime is pride. Give in to the dead man then. Do not fight with a corpse. What glory is it to kill a man who is dead? Think, I beg you. It is for your own good that I speak as I do. You should be able to yield for your own good.
It seems that prophets have made me their especial province. All my life long, I have been a kind of butt for the dull arrows of doddering fortune tellers. No, Tiresias, if your birds, if the great eagles of God himself should carry him stinking bit by bit to heaven, I would not yield. I am not afraid of pollution. No man can defile the gods. Do what you will, go into business, make money, speculate in India gold or that synthetic gold from Sardis. Get rich otherwise than by my consent to bury him. Tiresias, it is a sorry thing when a wise man sells his wisdom, lets out his words for hire.
Oh, Creon, is there no man left in the world?
Do what? Come, let's have the aphorism.
No man who knows that wisdom outweighs any wealth.
As surely as bribes are baser than any baseness.
You are sick, Creon. You are deathly sick.
As you say, it is not my place to challenge a prophet.
Yet, you have said my prophecy is for sale.
The generation of prophets has always loved gold.
The generation of kings has always loved brass.
You forget yourself. You are speaking to a king.
I know it. You are king because of me.
You have a certain skill, but you've sold out.
King, you will drive me to words that...
Say them, say them. Only remember, I will not pay you for them.
No, you will find them too costly.
No doubt. Speak. Whatever you say, you will not change my will.
Then take this and take it to heart. The time is not far off when you shall pay back corpse for corpse, flesh of your own flesh. You have thrust the child of this world into living night. You have kept from the gods below the child that is theirs, the one in a grave before her death, the other dead, denied the grave. This is your crime, and the furies and the dark gods of hell are swift with punishment for you. Do you want to buy me now, Creon? Not many days, and your house will be full of men and women weeping, and curses will be hurled at you from far, cities grieving for sons unburied, left to rot before the walls of Thebes. These are my arrows, Creon. They are all for you. But come, child, lead me home. Let him waste his fine anger upon younger men. Maybe he will learn at last to control a wiser tongue in a better head.
The old man has gone, king, but his words remain to plague us. I am old too, but I cannot remember that he was ever false.
It is true. It troubles me. Oh, it is hard to give in, but it is worse to risk everything for stubborn pride.
Creon, take my advice.
What shall I do?
Go quickly, free Antigone from her vault, and build a tomb for the body of Polynices.
You would have me do this?
Creon, yes, and it must be done at once. God moves swiftly to cancel the folly of stubborn men.
It is hard to deny the heart, but I will do it. I will not fight with destiny.
You must go yourself. You cannot leave it to others.
I will go. Bring axes, servants. Come with me to the tomb. I buried her. I will set her free. Oh, quickly, my mind misgives. The laws of the gods are mighty, and a man must serve them to the last day of his life.